I don't have any tooth. I'll admit it. I will brag. Those players did not just go and whip that ass for us to be like, oh, good game. No, we whipped your ass. We took $800,000. Now we're partying with it.
Yeah, who cares if you're in the Power 5 conference if you don't win it ever, or you don't beat any of the teams in it? Like, what's the point of that? Wouldn't you rather win the conference and say, like, hey, my team is good, than lose the conference and say, well, our conference is good?
Well, I'll tell you what, I got two teams that got me gassed up. It's going to be a hell of a battle. Be like two dogs fighting over a milk bun.
Look, they don't call me Tip for nothing. And my tip is, look out for the group of 5 this season. They've been taking it to the Power 5 year after year.
The only quarterbacks that ever get any love are from the Power 5. I could easily list off the top group of 5 quarterbacks I would rather have than those guys. I would be willing to bet that at least one of them is going to be in the running for the Heisman this year.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Group of 5 Guys podcast. Another week down. We're getting into some conference play coming up here this week. We got a great show for you. We'll recap a little bit of last week. We're going to preview this week. We got another parlay, make us some big money. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Group of 5 Guys and join the Facebook group of 5 Guys. You can watch the podcast on YouTube or listen to it on Spotify or Apple Podcast, any of the above. It's good to see you guys. Once again, Jesse Grisham, always a pleasure. How are we doing this evening?
Pleasure to be here, Sprouse. Week 3, in the books. Apologies, a little gassy right now. It's had some Chipotle, got a little heartburn. Just fighting through it. Chase it with some Miller Lights.
There you go. That's all you can do, Jess. Is just compete and just
the hot sauce.
Come ready to work.
Hotter monthly. I don't know what they're doing to it. I don't think they found new ghost pepper or what, but that shit is hot.
How many times a month are you going there?
How many times a week? Chipotle is just about like a few blocks from the house. But yeah, I love it. Hey, shout out to Chipotle. Brought to you by.
As always, on the video and sound there, Jeff Murphy, it's good to see you. How are we?
What a great weekend it was, Sprouse. Great weekend of football all the way around. My Raiders are 2-0. I'm a big Raider fan. For those who don't know, we're 2-0 there. And boys, Fresno State, I called it. Just want to let y'all know that. If you remember from last week's show.
Hainer for Heisman.
Hainer for Heisman, boys. And actually, we got a former Bulldog. Gave a little post-game press conference on Sunday. Got a little clip for you. Check this out.
First of all, I feel like Fresno State's like the best team in California. Fresno State, they got, like, if you're a kid and you want to go play college football in California, I'd pick. I mean, what we beat UCLA 4 times in a row. How are we not in the Pac-12? I don't know. That's just crazy. I just had to throw that out there.
That is starting quarterback for the Las Vegas Raiders, Derek Carr, former Bulldog. And he's right. Spot on. I don't even think it's an upset.
Jeff,
honestly, it's just a regular game.
They might be the best Bulldog team in the country.
Oh, no doubt. And they definitely have the best checkerboard end zone
100%.
in the country. Hands down.
100%. I'll tell you what, man. I like Derek Carr, man. Hey, Zeke Anderson coming to us live. How are we this evening?
I am doing well, a lot better than I was Saturday. I was getting my ass whooped all weekend in those parlays and every bet I made. So I apologize to anybody that followed me. We'll be back.
I'm sorry, man. Well, hopefully this week we can, get the bank account back up for you. But Tyler Tipton, as always, it's good to have you. Welcome back.
Thanks, Sprouse. Appreciate it, man. Great to see all of you again for this week. Great week 3 this past weekend. But boys, it's game week for us. We're going to Boone Thursday, Charlotte on Friday. I am so excited for this trip that we have coming up. But I gotta bring this up from last week. UCF, what are we doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You get a great interception there, 25 seconds left in the game on the 41-yard line. We're not you've had success in the fourth quarter running the football, and they try and throw the ball. Not only that, he throws a laser with the guy like 5 yards in front of him.
Can't do it.
And then the pick six. Oh,
Unbelievable.
just
all they had to do was run that stupid little draw play they were running to Richardson that was gashing them
100%.
6, 7, 8 yards a pop every time. That's all I had to do. Run it twice, kick a field goal, you get out of there, you have your Power 5 win, and well, we all know what happens next.
If and buts were Kenny and Nuts, Sprouse. I mean, they said the same thing about the Seattle Seahawks and against the New England Patriots, right? You should have ran the ball with Marshawn Lynch. All I can say is this. I called it. I said Louisville would beat UCF. I'm on my high throne right now.
Well, you said it, but then like 20 minutes later, you were like, guys, something's bothering me. You ever make a pick and then 5 picks later? So I don't know what to maybe do a poll on what's official on the count there.
I would have changed my pick, but I had 2 guys on the podcast say, nope, can't change it. So.
Well, we did have we had I believe it was 5 group of 5 over quote Power 5 wins. So that was exciting. I mean, we're getting 4 or 5 of these every week. I mean, the narrative it's got to change. I mean, all we're saying, look, we're not saying that Cincinnati is Alabama, but what we are saying is, hey, your average middle of the road group of 5 teams are just as good as your average middle of the road Power 5 teams. That's all there is to it. Any weekend, anytime, it's happening weekly. So, I mean, that's all I got to say about that. But, Tip, you brought up UCF, man. You know, relatively breaking news. Dylan Gabriel, broken clavicle, out indefinitely. So, won't know.
Yeah, that's a tough injury. I broke mine in high school. It's painful. It takes about 6 to 8 weeks, depending if you need surgery or not, for it to heal. So, you know, hopefully they can keep their season, going and win some ball games, and maybe he'll get back towards the end. But that's a tough loss
for sure. And I hate to be a hater, but when they got a good running back and they got weapons outside, but without him, he was the key to their offense. They're going to lose at least 2 or 3 more games now with him gone.
Yeah. I
mean, the presumed replacement starter is a true freshman, Mikey Keene. So that's the presumed starter. I don't know if that is the starter. That's just what I've read.
It could be the start of a new 30 for 30 documentary. This kid comes in and just takes him back to the American Championship.
Yeah, well, and they've not even really gotten into American Conference play yet. So
yeah,
pretty good conference.
I mean, good luck. I mean, you got teams that are a lot better than Louisville that are coming up on that schedule. So, and then other quarterback news. You got Middle Tennessee quarterback started the first 3 games. Bailey Hockman is out at Middle Tennessee. Not real sure what the story is on that. They pulled him at halftime, I think, in the UTSA game, and I don't know if that's the reason for it, but he is no longer on the roster.
Yeah, it's a shame. The kid had talent, but I mean, I was watching that game on Saturday, and the offense it looked flat. They changed it up at halftime, and I don't know if he got upset or what the deal is, but to just have him walk away like that just seems to be a little bit more than what the papers are kind of reporting. But
I hope that's not it, because I got pulled about 16 times in my career this year.
What's better than not even getting in there to get pulled? I mean, jeez. But yeah, probably. But they did get. I know it was late, fourth quarter, game was already over, but they did get a little spark at the end with Cunningham and scored 2 touchdowns late. So
yeah, I'm rooting for Chase Cunningham, man. I hope he can lead the team and they'll back him, and he's a good player too. Now it wasn't just all Bailey. It was a good.
He's been there a while.
He's a junior.
Is he redshirt junior or is he junior?
That I'm not sure if.
He's been there for a bit. Okay.
Yeah. Well, Jeff, we know you're rooting for him. I mean, you picked the Raiders to win every game. I mean, I'm with you. I like it, but I mean, at some point,
you know what?
At some point, you have to take off your Blue Raider hat and be an unbiased, commentator.
No, I don't. Not at all. Hey. I love the Blue Raiders. I love the Vegas Raiders. The Raiders all the way, baby.
There you go. Well, week 3's in the books, and we got some records. I'll tell you what, I'm getting smoked by these clowns on my picks.
Yeah, you're not doing a good job.
I'm not doing very good, but you're
in last place right now.
Yeah. I mean, only way to go is up.
It's week 3, though, Sprouse, and we all know what's going to think about Group of 5. What I love about the Group of 5, these conferences, you don't ever know who's going to win. I mean, we can be confident as all as we can be. You can ask Zeke about his bets. I mean, you just never know what's going to happen. It wasn't a shot, Zeke. Trust me. It hurt to.
We've had many of those together.
These games, you just can't call them, a lot of them,
especially when you get into conference play, the games get
Yeah.
so much more tighter. The teams know each other so much better. And, Vegas really, they set those lines tight, man. They know what the spreads are, and they're pretty darn close to it. But, if everyone got to change their picks 5 minutes later, we probably would be a lot higher in the pick 'em count. But
That's true.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well,
But I will say this, though. And we're going to go down that trail. We're going to stay on that trail. Tyler Tipton changed a pick on the Buffalo-Nebraska game. Now, he had Nebraska at first. In the end, he switched it to Buffalo once we started talking about Scott Frost getting fired, if that's the case. But neither here nor there. Let me just let the fans know they may not care. They may care. But in last place right now, at the end of week 3, you have Matt Sprouse. Tied for second. You got me and Jeff both at 24-9. Sprouse is 22-11, by the way. And actually in first place, Mr. Zeke Anderson with Tyler Tipton right on his tail, 1 game behind.
I'm not taking as many chances as Sprouse is, though. Sprouse is out there.
No, sorry.
He's shooting for them underdogs.
Yeah,
well, right, I call myself a group of 5 guy. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to get up here and tell everybody who I am and then behind the scenes, make picks and bets for other people. But, I'm sure we'll get into that here in a little bit of time there.
What are you insinuating? Are you taking a shot at me, brother?
No, he's taking a shot at me.
I am out here. I'm out here to beat Vegas.
That's a shot at me.
That is a shot if I ever heard one.
well, hey, let's get into.
I'll see you in Boone, sir. I will see you in Boone.
That's right. Let's get into this week 3 recap a little bit. I want to talk about some of the best games we saw. For me, I'm going to give the best performance. Some people might give Marshall the worst performance, but I'm going ECU, man. We talked about their first 3 games, non-conference being rough. They go and play an SEC school. They play arguably the top Sun Belt school, and then they play arguably the top Conference USA school, and they get down late to Marshall. They fight through, they come back and they win that game. So, I'm giving ECU some credit, even though I know you guys want to give Marshall hell on that.
You got to give ECU a standing ovation. And plus, they also just screwed up Jeff's predictions that ECU only win 1 game this year. So.
Yeah, you definitely had that as a loss.
Are you kidding me? Marshall was up 17 points to go into the 4th quarter, and they let them score 21 points unanswered. All right, great job, ECU, for not giving up and laying down. Hats off to you guys. You deserve to win the game. Pathetic defense by Marshall. You laid down and you let ECU come through and ruin any chance you had at winning the Conference USA Championship. And you lost me and Jeff Murphy about $500. What the hell?
Yeah.
There's the things. They can still win the Conference USA Championship.
It had absolutely nothing to do with the conference.
It has nothing to do with the conference. Second of all, I see Zeke Anderson in Boone, North Carolina on Thursday night, shirt off, half yellow, half black, cowboy hat on, pom-poms going nuts.
Yeah.
$2 in his mouth.
App State students, if you're wondering who the 31-year-old with a painted face and painted belly is, it looks like.
And the cowboy hat.
And a cowboy hat. There he is, right there.
Yeah,
you look at him, Zeke Anderson.
That will be me. Marshall fans, get ready. I'm all App State on this one. My bet will support it, and I will be painted black and gold if I'm allowed.
Yeah, you may not make it in the stadium. You may. Yeah, hopefully, no Marshall fans call you Mitch or whatever. Like your.
Oh God.
Like your softball game. Well. Anyway, Zeke, since you're fired already, you love Coastal, of course. Are you? Is that your performance of the week or what?
From last week?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? Buffalo's a good ball club. I think they upset a lot of gamblers last week because everybody expected Coastal to cover. But, I think we all know how good Buffalo is, and Vegas may not have. So Buffalo's a great team. They did a good job holding them off. They didn't cover the spread, which lost some people some money. But I still like Coastal. I think they performed. They went on the road and got a big win. So that's a good Buffalo football team.
Well, yeah,
I just want to go back to last week's episode. All y'all were talking about Coastal beats the dog crap out of Buffalo.
Well, it was before that week 3. Before week 3, to me, personally, Buffalo is just confusing. We thought they were going to perform better against Nebraska, and
Yeah.
I mean, just to be honest, they laid an egg. I mean, they did not look good. Only scored 3 points, and they were just a confusing team to me personally.
They
I mean,
baited
put it
us.
this way: had Buffalo not laid an egg against Nebraska, I'd have picked them to beat Coastal. So I'd be another game behind all you guys if that was the scenario.
If they had more
So
people in the stands, they may have done it. There was a piss
They've-
poor crowd at Buffalo.
you know they've got to get rid of that track too. They're one of those teams that's got an old school. They got a
I
track
thought I
around
was
the
watching
field.
Spain Park play.
That hurts. That hurts. Well, Jess, you know, I think were you the only one that picked Utah State to beat Air
I'm gonna
Force
keep
last
bragging
week?
about myself. Like, look, the games that I went against, I wish I wouldn't have betting wise, but picks on Group of 5 last week, I did a great job. And hell, I said it. I said Utah State beats Air Force. I enjoyed Micah James. He got me fired up about the O line. And guess what? They rushed for 630 yards on Air Force. How do you beat Air
That's
Force?
wild.
You probably outrush them, and then you win the turnover battle. And that's what Utah State did. So props to Micah James and Utah State. And now they're 3-0 going into are they at Boise State next week, or is it Boise State come to them? I have no idea. I know they play Boise State, and
They're home.
No, they're not. No, they're not, because Micah said that they're going to be away for the next 2 weeks. So I think they go to Boise State, but it should be another good ball game. Another good ball game, Utah State, Boise State. But proud of Utah State, and there's a team we should be talking about. They're undefeated.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, they were down. Another team that was down late, and I mean, you normally, if you get down late against one of the service academies, like you got no shot unless you're keeping it one score. And I think they were down double digits, and
They were. I turned that game off. I was like, yeah, Air Force.
Yeah.
Locked. I thought it was on my parlay, on my one of my mini parlays. And I'd look at the score, and damn, Utah State won. But good for Utah State, man.
Yeah. And then Tip, you got Devin Tompkins' stat line from that game. He was ridiculous.
Yeah, I do. I was gonna give a shout out to Devin Tompkins. That game against Air Force, he had 9 catches, 188 receiving yards, and a touchdown. So far this season, through 3 games, 25 catches, 454 receiving yards, 3 touchdowns. He leads all of college football in yards per game with 151. Having an outstanding season.
Can I drop Devontae Adams and get him on my fantasy team tonight? Yeah, and then
I need to fit. You know what? Before I get roasted, they had 630 yards total offense, not rushing, but they had 630 yards total offense compared to Air Force's 620 yards total offense.
Well, that just proves the point right there. I mean, they were running the ball effectively against them, and then they would run a play action, and Devin Tompkins was wide open on post route, go route. He just got behind the defense. He is fast.
Yeah, he can burn.
Yeah. They're having an outstanding season so far.
They're home this week too against Boise. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay, well, apologies again.
And then they host BYU the following week. So
that's a good ball.
We'll find out if they're the real deal now.
Quarterback BYU, he's good.
Tip, you like that Hail Mary game with SMU and La Tech? They just can't close.
No, they can't. I mean, that game was if you like offensive games, that was the game to watch. That game was back and forth. A lot of great offensive plays. I mean, you had Tanner Mordecai, quarterback for SMU, threw for almost 400 yards, 395 yards, 5 touchdowns. And then shout out to La Tech, Austin Kendall. He had 351 passing yards, 4 touchdowns passing, 1 rushing touchdown. But I don't know if that Hail Mary play was by design or not. If it was, I mean, watching that, it was brilliant. You had 3 or 4 defenders all jumping up, trying to go to that one point of the ball to try and swat it down. And here comes Raji Rice, receiver number 11, and bats that thing right towards Reggie Robinson, who's just standing there with no defenders around him, wide open, catches the wide open touchdown pass to win the game.
Yeah, Mordecai is an Oklahoma transfer, I believe. So there's another Lincoln Riley quarterback protege there. So he had a hell of a game. Well, we got to get to Jeff. We got to get to Fresno State. We got to give them the coverage that they deserve. I mean, they go beat UCLA, and I mean, had Oregon on the ropes. I mean, we're looking at a potential New Year's team here.
I mean, I think so for sure. I I mean, that the Oregon loss, I mean, it hurts them a little bit just because they get the L, but I think the fashion in which they lost, does help them. I think, what are they at 22? They're 22 in the country, 22nd in the country right now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that
That's
right?
in the AP pool. Yeah, they went up to 22.
They should be in the teens, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, you should beat Oregon. They lost at the end of the game, and then you go and beat number 13 UCLA. And I know some people are like, "Oh, UCLA's not a, they're not even a top 15 team." Like, come on,
Yeah.
BS. They've been playing good all year. They go into Pasadena, into the Rose Bowl, and they beat UCLA. That's a great win. And look at these stats, man. Jake Haener, 39 of 53, 455 yards, 2 tugs. Ronnie Rivers, 21 rushes, 136 yards, 2 tugs. Jalen Cropper, 14 receptions, 141 yards, 1 tug. Josh Kelly, 8 receptions, 120 yards. I mean, they are throwing the piss out of the ball all over the field, and I don't see too many teams being able to stop them.
This is shades of, David Carr, Derek Carr, Fresno State right here, Jeff.
Yeah.
I mean,
absolutely. The way Jake Haener throws the ball, you can tell he knows what he's seeing defensively. He's going through his reads. He throws a great ball, man. I love to watch him play. It's fun. It's fun to watch those guys play. If you haven't checked them out, check them out. They're a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, and I really, really hope that the bowl folks don't do this to us, but I would love to see a Fresno State offense and a Cincinnati defense go at it. I swear I'll be so mad if they do that and make 2 group of 5 teams play each other.
Yeah.
Like they both deserve a shot at somebody, with a quote bigger name, but that'd be sweet because that offense is ridiculous and then Cincinnati's defense is ridiculous. Well, look, we got to give Jesse Grisham the opportunity here. He's fuming, okay? And this is going to be the first ever Natrocious award. And if for those of you that don't know the word Natrocious, Jesse sometimes throws some new vocab at us, okay? And I think it was our very first episode. He's talking about the TV show All American.
It's Natrocious.
There's the clip right there from episode 2.
That was his description of the show All American, and what he meant by Natrocious was bad. So, Jesse, who gets the Natrocious award this week?
Going back to Sprouse's previous comment, talking about at least I'm a guy that, bets on my group of 5 teams. Look, I got to feed myself. I got to make some money. And so I went.
Pay for them Chipotle runs.
Got to pay for Chipotle runs. Still on fire, boys. I went with Mississippi State to beat Memphis. I did it. Sorry, Tigers. Think you're a good program, but I thought Mike Leach knew what the hell he was doing. So I was like, they're going to go in there, money line. I'm taking
the Bulldogs.
Mississippi State, the Bulldogs. There are pressure situations where you get players, you practice 4th quarter, 2-minute drills. Don't freak the crap out in game situations. You talk about coaches going in routines so they don't freak out in, into the game situations. There is a set of men who also should be held to a high standard and should not determine what these players who sweat, bleed, cry their heart out for this game, and that's the referees. They get the supercalifragilisticexpialidocious award. The referees out here are competing on who gets the most hell. What's worse now, being a police officer in today's world or a referee? Because these referees here are screwing kids on games. I don't care. Memphis, congratulations. I'm glad we got a Power 5 win. I really am happy about it. But what's going to happen? We're going to talk about why did they win? They won because of a ball that was punted. It was punted, touched twice, and there's literally a frozen play, a frozen image of the Mississippi State player on his knee with a hand on top of the ball. Referee throws possession bag, waves the play dead. Memphis picks the ball up, and Memphis fashion takes off, wins 99 yards. Ball momentum swing up by 10, crazy. I'm losing my shit. All right, I threw a cigar out that was only halfway done, and I don't do that. So I was upset. 2 possessions later, Mississippi State kicks an onside kick, grabs it. They want to challenge if it went 10 yards. Clearly went 10 yards. But what do they say? They on the official review, they call a flag. Serious question. You know what? Comment this. Can you throw a flag during a review? You cannot review a penalty. You can review a penalty, but if the penalty is not being reviewed, which it wasn't, it was to see if the ball went 10 yards, they throw a flag. So there you go. There's two examples where Mississippi State got screwed in that win. And then Boise State, what do you call them? Potato poppers from Zeke Anderson.
The potato poppers.
Potato poppers. Make a great play, clear fumble, scoop and score. In this day and age, they should learn that if there's a scoop and score, you don't call the play dead. What do? They call the play dead. Clearly a fumble. The touchdown doesn't count. Boise State goes out on offense, loses the game by throwing a turnover. These referees should be held to a higher standard. It should be held to a higher standard. I don't know if you have to be in Pee Wee football for a couple of years and then you make your way up to college. I'm not sure how it works. If that's the case, I'm applying this next week because I can be a better one. Give me a striped shirt. The referees in college football get the Atrocious Award. It's atrocious.
Can I just real quick, can I just give you a little bit of rebuttal on the Memphis scenario?
Yeah, but you're going to piss me off.
You gotta have possession of the ball to be downed.
Murph, while I'm talking right now and this thing airs, I want you to show the image. I'll send it to you after this.
He doesn't matter.
The guy is on his knee with a hand on top of the ball. The possession bag is thrown. So guess what Mississippi State does? I'm going to start walking to the sideline. Oh, wait. Oh, that dude done run for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Place goes crazy. The
should have knew the rule.
The referee's like, oh, God, what do we do?
Should have knew the rule. Look, Calvin Austin picked it up because he knew the rule and housed it. You want what happened to Boise State. You wanted that to happen to Memphis. Those refs allowed that play to continue, allowed him to score a touchdown.
They didn't even review it, Sprouse. That's the problem.
But look, think about this. Think about all the punts you see that are about to go into the end zone and a player bats it out or dives and swats it out. The ball is not down until one of those players picks up the ball. And if they're not a lazy sack, they hand it to the referee. Every ball that's down is done that way. This guy decided to just popped it. And he wasn't sitting there on his knee. They just froze that picture. That's why there's like a blurry frozen picture because it happened.
This day and age, this ain't 1982 anymore, Sprouse. You have so many camera angles. These referees have so much technology now where we can look back at plays. Everything should be right. I get it. It's not Sunday Night Football. And if this wasn't on ESPN2, I could even also understand that. But this is on national television. All these camera angles. You know what? You don't go talk to the SEC commissioner because he's probably gonna get all 5 of those guys fired.
You know what my thing is for that? You're Mississippi State. You're the Power 5. You're supposed to smack the Memphis Tigers, right? Beat them outright. Don't put yourself in that situation.
Yeah, but either way, I
give Memphis credit. Memphis played great.
No, I'm just saying, like if you're supposed to be that good, why are you even in a ball game with them?
I mean, but here, look,
you do have to control the ball in order for you to have possession.
I'm with you. The refs messed up on that play, but they messed up by the guy throwing the bag out. They didn't mess up the rule. The rule was correct. The guy the
rule's not correct.
I mean,
the onside kick was definitely not correct. Oh my God, I'm over here Googling all the time.
Let this be a lesson to everybody here that you don't come on here and talk about the American Conference, this and that. Group of 5, this and that, and then go home and put your paycheck against the Memphis Tigers.
See, y'all are swinging this the wrong way on Group 5 all the way. However, they can't win every game. I picked Western Michigan to beat Pittsburgh. I picked Nevada to beat Kansas State. Didn't happen. I picked a bunch of Power 5, but Mississippi State, Memphis, I'm from that area. I know how close these schools technically are and how there's a lot of fans at Memphis. I figured there's going to be a lot of Mississippi State fans there. Look, I'm not a Tiger hater. I played Tigers 3 times. I was at MTSU, maybe 4 times. I mean, I have respect for Memphis. I really do. Those referees screwed me out of money.
That's what happens.
Well, I'm sorry that happened to you.
Yeah, it's fine. That's fine. Go Tigers.
Well, thank you for that. That was a really good and atrocious award, though. I mean, I'm with you. The refs are poor. I mean, they're bad, just as a general statement.
Yeah.
and I don't think they're getting any better, which is scary.
It was probably the same guys back when we were at the Bay. I mean, you were watching the Seattle Green Bay game back in 2012 when they threw that Hail Mary pass. And it was clearly an interception. They called it a touchdown. You remember that?
Yeah.
You had one ref calling
Gruden
the
was over there
touchdown, the
just
other
like-
one to an incomplete pass.
That's when I fell in love with the character of John Gruden.
Yeah.
He was so mad. He was like, I'll tell you what, man, these refs are so good at being bad, man.
We're running out of time. My life is running out of lifespan.
Love Gruden.
I love Gruden. But hey, let's get into these week 4 picks here. And we got some more good games. Like I said, we're getting into some conference play. We got a few group of 5 v Power 5 games. So let's roll down the list, see what we're taking, if we like any bets, and then we'll get to Zeke's parlay, see if Jesse can make some money back this weekend. We're all hoping for it. So here's the deal. First of all, let's get through these ones real quick. Are we all in agreement? BYU over South Florida?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep, and they cover.
All right. And then Fresno State, UNLV's got no shot, right?
Yeah.
They have no
No
shot.
shot.
Yeah, Fresno State
And they
wins.
cover.
They're going to cover 31.5.
Iowa is going to smack Colorado State. I'm actually surprised that line's not bigger than that.
That is also going to cover.
Now, Colorado State did beat maybe Toledo this weekend, didn't they? So maybe they're – and then they lost to Vanderbilt the week
Lost
before.
to Vanderbilt.
Yeah,
They're
that's
so
Iowa
up and
wins
down.
big.
That's weird. Maybe that's when you don't touch. Bowling Green at Minnesota. We all got Minnesota there.
The only game on here, and I mean, you're about to say it anyway. The only game that I look at, I'm thinking, maybe they can compete with them because Auburn's going to come off that tough loss at Penn State. I could see Georgia State, not get beat by 27 points at least by Auburn.
Yeah.
Now they might be pissed.
I like it.
Maybe they
I
may
like
come back.
I like it, Swag Bear.
Yeah, but I think Georgia State, they got a big win at Charlotte last week, and they might be a little confident going into Auburn. So we'll see.
Well, and they're probably going to have, that's a close enough game. They're going to have all their families and friends there in attendance. They'll be fired up. I'm sure a lot of those guys wanted to go to Auburn. So, hey, yeah, I might be with you there. I still think Auburn wins the game, though.
No, yeah, sure.
God, Southern Miss. I mean, at Bama, no shot, right? What's that guy who made that catch several years ago? Pro throw or whatever.
Tyrone Pope.
Yeah.
I was there at 50-yard line.
Didn't Southern Miss win that game?
No.
Oh,
No, but that was like 20 years ago where Southern Miss would upset Alabama. That will not happen this Saturday.
yeah, and neither will Akron at Ohio State.
No, but
Hey,
Ohio
bet
State
on
is
that
not-
Alabama game though. That'll get you some money.
Oh, for Alabama. to
Bama's
cover.
going to cover.
Yeah,
Nick
because Bama's
Saban's gonna
pissed they
cover
didn't
that.
beat. They're pissed they
Nick
didn't beat
Saban
Florida
is
by
going
2
to cover that
touchdowns.
spread.
Yeah,
I promise you that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, here's some good ones. You got mostly group of 5 on group of 5 here. First one, we'll be there. Middle Tennessee at Charlotte, Friday night game. Jesse Grisham, who you got?
I'm going Charlotte. I mean, MTSU lost their starting quarterback. They're hot right now. I'm a Blue Raider fan until I die, but I'm going to try to win this pick battle. I'm going Charlotte.
Yeah, conference game. Jeff Murphy, I don't think we even have to ask. Chase Cunningham throws for 17 touchdowns.
Whoa, 17. I mean, I had him at like 5, but I mean, the Blue Raiders are winning on a Friday night. They play really well on Friday night. I completely made that up. But we're going to be there. Some extra juju is going to be in the stands. Blue Raiders come out on top.
Tip.
Yeah, you just wonder how this QB change affects the team. I think Stockstill is going to have the team in the right place, right state of mind. He's going to have this team ready. I'm going to pick MTSU.
Yeah, baby. And Charlotte blew the game last week, in my opinion. I'm mad at Charlotte right now.
Yeah. Zeke Anderson.
This is a must-win game for the Blue Raiders. Rick knows that. And,
I like that.
I was talking with Jeff Murphy earlier today, and he and I are in agreement on we think that the locker room may be behind the other quarterback.
Chase Cunningham.
Chase Cunningham. So, it'll be interesting to see him come out with the locker room behind him. Charlotte, they're down after blowing a big lead with
No, Jesse,
Georgia
you
State.
cannot change your pick. Look at him.
So, this
Zeke
this is
Anderson
a-
can run through a wall
it-
here, baby. I think he's got a point. I like
It-
that. I
if-
think they're probably behind this guy.
They were behind this guy. He came out and I'm quoting.
Unbelievable.
I'm quoting words out of Jeff Murphy's mouth from our conversation earlier. So please give all the credit to Jeff Murphy on this. There were some garbage time points scored by Chase Cunningham, but the locker room's behind him, and this is a must-win game for Rick. And in our interview, when he said that there was going to be a little quarterback competition, I think this is Rick's guy. And the locker room's behind him. And Charlotte, you ain't got a shot.
I'm about to take my shirt off. I'm changing my pick. I don't care what you say. I'm going
First
Blue Raiders.
pick. We can't
Oh
get through
my
one
God.
pick.
Get
He's
through
already
one pick.
changed his mind.
Unbelievable.
I like that, Zeke. I think this is Coach Stock's guy. He tried to go to him a couple times last year too, with O'Hara, and he went to Cunningham a couple of times. Man, I really hate going against Charlotte. I'm trying to build some rapport with
You'll
those
be the only
guys,
guy doing it.
but I'm taking the Raiders. Yeah, I can't fall behind if that happens. Blue Raiders. All right,
They're going to have some extra support on the sidelines as well. So
Zeke, you
little
may
Blue Raider blood.
Zeke, you still may be in the old Slammer and Boone at that point.
You know what? You're right, but
He might be up there in the mountains of Blowing Rock, North
That dry
Carolina.
ass paint on him
I'll make it
backstage.
on game time though, right? I'll get bailed out about 8:45 a.m. Slam a couple mimosas and hit the fast track down there.
All right, hey,
Grisham, I need a ride. Get me the game on time.
all right, here we go. We got FIU at Central Michigan. Jesse Grisham,
Central Michigan.
Murph,
Central Mich all the way.
Tip,
I also have Central Michigan.
Zeke.
Ooh, yeah, I got Central Michigan.
I'll take
I
Central
want a
Michigan as
little
well.
FIU.
This is a line that probably should be bigger too. Ohio at Northwestern. Jesse.
Northwestern.
Yeah, Murph.
Yeah, I'm with you, Northwestern. This line, I can't read it. It scares me. I'm gonna stay away from it betting wise.
Tip.
Yeah, I got Northwestern. Yeah, so the line's at they're favored by 15. I mean, I'd probably buy this one down a little bit, maybe get it down to 13.5. But yeah, I think they go and beat Ohio by 2 touchdowns.
Yep, Zeke.
Yeah, Northwestern. Ohio is, as long as Northwestern doesn't overanalyze this one, they got it.
Yeah, I agree. Northwestern. I like this one. SMU at TCU. Is this a Power 5 upset happening here? Jesse Grisham.
It's not. I like SMU, but I don't think they've really played anybody yet, and I think TCU will. I think TCU takes it to them, so I'm going to take TCU in this one.
Murph.
As much as I hate agreeing with Swag Bear, I think TCU beats them.
Tip.
Yeah, I'm picking TCU also.
Zeke.
TCU wins the game, but I like SMU to cover. So
I agree. Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think TCU very close though. Come down to the last possession. Miami, Ohio at Army. Army has looked fantastic this year.
They're going to stay fantastic. I'm
Yeah.
taking Army.
Yep, Jeff.
Yep, Army and they cover.
Tip.
Yep, I'm taking Army. Current line's at 7.5. I think they win by double digits.
Yep, Zeke.
let me ride that momentum train. I'm on the Army.
Yeah, I'm going to take Army too. We got to disagree at some point here, guys. I think this may be the
This is
game
going to
that
happen
we
right
do
here.
it.
It's going to be right here.
San Jose State at Western Michigan. Jesse.
San Jose State just lost me money at Hawaii, not covering the spread. Western Michigan had my back, beating Pittsburgh. I'm taking Western Michigan to win -2.5 and covering.
Jeff Murphy.
Let me tell you a little story. I get a phone call late Saturday night from old Swagberry. He wants to know if I think
I was depressed.
San Jose
Memphis won.
State.
mean,
I said I had a money line. I said I don't like the fact they had to fly Hawaii. He goes, well, what if I buy it down a point? I said I like it better, but I'd still take a money line. Doesn't listen to me, and he takes the points, and he loses money. So he was wrong. But
I went to bed. And I was like, because it was 7-0 like most of the first half, and then San Jose State scored. I went to bed. I saw 14-7 at halftime. I was like, oh hell yeah, good night. Woke up 17 to 15.
15.
15.
14, maybe.
14,
yeah.
17,
Yeah.
14. It's like, God.
But I got San Jose State. I got San Jose State winning.
Tip.
The long travel to Michigan for San Jose State scares me in this one, and I think because of that, I'm going to go Western Michigan.
Zeke.
I'm going Western Michigan -2.5. Nick Starkel, you better get your shit together. So I hope you play well, but my God, at least be worth all the talking we did before the season.
I did enjoy watching that D line though, Jeff, against Hawaii. I watched a lot of that
Them
game.
two DNs
Yeah.
are
That
Johnny,
D
those
line for San Jose
bookends,
State was
man.
good. They're good.
Yeah. And that's why I think the offense bounces back this week, and I think the defense continues to play good.
Yeah, they're lucky they're going to Michigan this early in the year, so weather shouldn't be a factor too much. Western Michigan's weird. I mean, you look at their schedule; they lose at Michigan, and then they beat Illinois State, but not by much, and then they go beat Pitt. It's kind of weird. I like San Jose State in this one as well. Texas State at Eastern Michigan. I'm pretty sure. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but did Texas State not lose to Incarnate Word on Saturday? I'm pretty
Incarnation.
no, it's not Incarnation, but
Incarceration.
okay, Texas State at Eastern Michigan.
Swag
Jesse Grisham.
bear pick. I'm taking Texas State to beat Eastern Michigan. I know nobody else will. I'm taking Texas State upset.
I like it. Murph.
I got Eastern Michigan. I don't think Texas State wins.
Yeah, Tip.
Yeah, I agree with Murph. I'm going to go with Eastern Michigan.
We actually lost. We lost Zeke, by the way.
I like Eastern Michigan as well. Yes, they did lose to Incarnate Word, 42-34.
Let me change my pick. I'm just kidding.
Go ahead. We know you're going to say it.
No.
We all know after this podcast, you're going to text all of us and be like, I need to change that pick.
Hey,
You need to do it right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going Eastern Michigan. Man, guys, I'm with you. Dustin Crum for Heisman might
Dead.
be over, but that's why I've officially changed it to Hainer for Heisman.
Hainer for Heisman.
Kent State at Maryland. Jesse Grisham.
Undertaker comes out of the Maryland tunnel and puts Dustin Crum to sleep. Kent State loses. Maryland covers.
Why the Undertaker?
What a atrocious take that was.
Well, it's funny. Actually, I was trying to do the Undertaker like dong, but I started doing the Halo theme song instead. So I screwed the whole thing up. Maryland.
Do you have the Halo theme song playing in your headphones that you're wearing right now as well?
Just got done playing Halo before I got on here.
So Jesse's got Maryland. Jeff, you got Maryland?
Yeah, I got Maryland.
Tip.
Yeah, I have Maryland too.
Yeah, I'll take Maryland as well. That's Tua's little brother's playing quarterback, isn't he, at Maryland?
Not near as good as Tua, but
Yes, he is.
Maybe he's not
you
made.
think so? You don't.
No, he's at Maryland. No, he's at Maryland. I don't
You
think
think
he's
might
not,
not be
as
I don't
good
think
as-
he's as good as Tua.
Tua, but Tua's made out of paper bag, and so he hurt again.
How long is he out for?
Nah, it's like pain tolerance or something like that. But I mean, but honestly, as a Dolphins fan, my God, they can't block. They haven't been able to block for 20 years. Ever since Richie Incognito bullied that kid in the locker room, they've been terrible on the O-line.
And you know what? He's a
on the
Raider now. I love
sidelines of
it.
the Raiders. I see
Of course
that guy
he's on the
wearing,
Raiders.
Like, medium shirts on the sidelines. just
John
like,
Green's like, I like this guy.
Yeah, John
I like
Gruden.
this guy, man.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't play, but I like his attitude.
Hey, Zeke, welcome back. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. Who you got, Zeke? Texas State or Eastern Michigan? And remember, Texas State lost to Incarnate Word last week.
Incarnate Word, isn't that what Jesse did with an atrocious? So I think I should probably stay away from that. I'm going to go with the opposing team.
He logged off just thinking about that.
Eastern Michigan. All right, Zeke, Kent State or Maryland?
Remember, Dustin Crum is dead
Oh, he's still alive. His Heisman
for
campaign is
Heisman.
dead.
He's dead.
You know, he started out last week like 7 for 8 for like 130 yards. I was like, I
Yeah,
texted all you
he's
guys. I said, he's back. I don't think he completed another pass.
I know he was stopping the clock all the
If
time.
I was his buddy, I would show him all these videos of us.
Maryland, let's go.
All right. So Arkansas State at Tulsa. Tulsa's 0-3, but I think, Jesse, I think they're a good team. Who you got?
Dude, they are a good team, and I was pretty mean to them last week. I think this is going to be a really good game because these are two quality opponents. I'm going to go Tulsa at home to get their first win against Arkansas State.
Murph.
As much I'm still mad at Tulsa, but I think they win here.
Tip.
Yeah, I'm going with Tulsa. I don't know. They're favored by 14. I'm probably staying away from that one.
Zeke.
Tip, do you have the over on that game? But to speed this up, I'm going Tulsa, but Arkansas State can put up some points, so the over may be something to think about there.
Yeah, I like Tulsa in that game. Really interesting line. Buffalo, I had it at minus 12.5 at Old Dominion. Jesse.
Buffalo Soldier.
Jeff Murphy.
This line, it seems wrong. I don't know. I mean, Buffalo for sure wins, and I think they cover. But I just 12.5 seems like nothing for against Old Dominion.
Yeah, Tip.
I think people need to get on this 12.5 Buffalo quick
Now.
right now.
I think
It's already moved.
It's
yeah,
already
it's
moving.
already moving.
So yeah, Buffalo, big
Zeke.
time cover.
This is a Vegas trap game. Buffalo murders it, but Vegas is trying to take all the Old Dominion fans' money, I guess. So Buffalo, big.
Yeah, I like Buffalo big. I like Buffalo a lot in general. I think they got a pretty good team. Raging Cajuns, they kind of bounced back, but they still didn't, I mean, in my opinion, they still didn't look fantastic. They're at Georgia Southern. Jesse Grisham, who you got?
This is a Vegas trap game because if you're like a big Power 5 fan, you look at this game, you probably think Louisiana is going to clearly win this game. I think this is a huge test for Louisiana going to Georgia Southern. We know that place is going to be electric.
Power of Paulson.
So I'm thinking Louisiana goes to Georgia Southern. They do not cover at 13.5. Even though they don't cover, though, it'll still be an impressive win for Louisiana. So I got the Cajuns on top.
Murph.
The words of Billy Napier: "Scared money don't make money."
Love it.
Yeah.
Louisiana Raging Cajuns win.
Tip.
Yeah, I got Louisiana as well, and I agree with Jesse. I don't think they cover the 13.5.
Zeke.
Cadillac, I love you, but it's time for the Cajuns to emerge. I wouldn't bet the first half. I think he's probably close first half, but I think the Cajuns got 13.5.
Yeah, I agree. I think Louisiana wins. Georgia Southern looked a little better. Yes, sir.
No, keep going. Sorry.
Oh, I think Georgia Southern looked a little better. They got a little better quarterback play this week, but I think Louisiana wins that game.
All right, but hang on a second, Sprouse. I got to tell this real quick before we go on. I know we're short on time. But that Louisiana-Ohio game last week, I made a little wager that Louisiana in the first half would win minus 10. And whenever Louisiana ended up turning the ball over and letting Ohio score late, I was furious. I was like, oh gosh, everybody hates me. Everybody hates me. Lord hates me. Everybody's out to get me. Billy Napier.
God, you do think like that, don't you, though?
Billy Napier marching the ball down to the 1 yard line and saying, no, I ain't kicking a field goal. I'm going for the West. Maybe he had money on the line too. I don't know. But he scored. Scary money don't make money. Was literally probably the happiest bet I've ever won in my life.
Congratulations. And then you lost it by betting on Memphis or against Memphis the next day.
Referees.
All right. Hey, here you go. Does Louisiana Tech finally close a game? They're hosting North Texas. Jesse Grisham.
I don't know, man. I don't know if La Tech's good, bad, or can't finish. I don't know. I'm going to take North Texas.
Jeff Murphy.
I think La Tech wins, and I think they cover.
Tip.
I'm going with La Tech.
Zeke.
Yes, La Tech. North Texas is not very good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you, Jeff. And I think now they finally might realize, like, maybe let's keep the foot on the gas, even if we're up 3 touchdowns. Like, we gotta roll. Navy has looked rough. They're at Houston. Jesse Grisham, who you got?
Houston.
Murph.
Houston, easy money.
Tip.
Houston.
Zeke.
Houston, cover.
Yeah, I like Houston there as well. Indiana is at Western Kentucky. Jesse Grisham.
Indiana wins, but they do not cover.
Murph.
You know what? Hilltoppers.
Do it. Pull the trigger, attaboy.
Yeah. Bailey Zappi. Big time game at home.
Tip.
I'm going to go with Indiana close. I think WKU covers the 9 points. But I'm going to take Indiana.
Zeke?
I'm taking Indiana, and I think they cover. I bought them down to 7, but I think they win by touchdown.
Yeah, I'm going to pick Indiana to win that game. I think close. I think Western's going to be rocking for that one. So,
Oh yeah.
Troy at Louisiana Monroe. Hey, Monroe won a game this weekend. I think they beat Deion Sanders, didn't they? Jackson State. Jesse, who you got?
Dang, Troy's favored 23 points. I'm gonna take Troy for sure.
Murph?
Troy big.
Tip?
Troy.
Zeke?
T-Roy, the only reason I don't think that they don't cover is because y'all know Rich Rod. So I think he's going to try to impress some folks at home, and could be a closer game than you think.
I like Troy in that one. New Mexico at UTEP. I bet you never thought New Mexico and UTEP would both be 2-1 right now.
Yeah, no, that is a shocker.
That's interesting. Jesse, who you got?
You take the home team. I'm gonna take UTEP.
Murph?
El Paso.
Tip?
I'm going to go UTEP.
Zeke?
This is a damn pillow fight.
Hey, now. Both
Both
2-1 now. Hey.
Both 2-1. How's the pillow fight?
Pillow fight. This is a pillow fight. I'm going.
Pick.
I'm going UTEP. New Mexico has beaten New Mexico State, who doesn't deserve to put on a jersey.
Wow, man.
Jeez.
So a lot of disrespect coming out of you right there.
This is a pillow fight. If
some
you want to
serious
watch
shade.
two people hit each other with a pillow, this is the game to watch.
Wow, man.
It's a bad game.
I like UTEP. And you know what? Hey, UTEP Miners, I think you got a good ball club. Okay? That's some of those people like Zeke get you down on that. Man.
Show me something, them boys.
All right, here's your top games of the week here, guys. We got some. This first one's very interesting. UAB is at Tulane. Jesse, who you got?
I'm gonna go with man, I don't know. I really don't know this one. Sorry.
Come to him last. Murph.
Yeah, come back
Murph,
to me. Come back.
Murph,
to me.
who you got?
Don't influence him.
Tulane at home.
Nope. You know what? Here.
Tip.
Give me UAB on the road.
Zeke.
Tulane.
Man, I'll go for. Oh boy, I'm taking UAB here. Jess.
I'm going Tulane.
Okay. All right. I like this one too. This one's real interesting. UTSA 3-0 at Memphis 3-0. Memphis is favored by 3.5. At least they were this morning. Jesse.
I hope UTSA beats the dog shit out of them.
What if it's the same officiating crew?
No, they're not. That officiating crew is probably in prison right now.
Murph, who you got?
SEC commissioner's got those boys like chained up right now.
Man, I got Memphis. I think they're confident riding high off of last week's win. I think Memphis Tigers.
Tip.
Yeah, I'm going with Memphis.
Wow.
Zeke.
Yeah, that line is come
Sneaky.
from 3.5 down to 3. And I'm going Memphis. I think UTSA is due for a loss. So, and Memphis has got the mo.
How does UTSA not have the mo though? I don't get that. They both have mo.
Well, they mowed over MTSU, and Memphis just beat Mississippi State. So
UTSA beat Illinois.
Yeah,
mo.
Yeah, Illinois is a bad ball club.
Yeah, but that win, that
NC
win's
State might not
looking.
be that good of a ball club.
That Illinois win is starting to look a little better. Because Nebraska's not looking quite as atrocious as we thought.
It's true.
I've seen it time and time again. I've seen a team beat a Power 5 school, come back the next week, think they're all hot, everything, and then just UTSA comes sincere.
Look, if they were at home, if UTSA was at home, I'd probably give them the nod. But Liberty Bowl will be rocking.
Maybe
dude.
I just don't like the Tigers right now. Maybe
And I think UTSA needs to be forced to throw the ball down the field more. They've not necessarily, other than Illinois, they've not been forced to throw the ball down the field more. So I'd like to see them against Memphis and compete. Through
If
the
I'm
air.
UTSA, hey, just don't punt the ball. Go for them 4th down every time. Got a better shot.
Yeah, I think, man, I went back and forth on this one. Preseason, I had UTSA winning this game, but I didn't think Memphis was going to be quite the same. I'm riding with Jesse. UTSA wins it. Shootout. Frank Harris has a big day. Man, that's tough. Big game in the MAC. Toledo at Ball State. Probably 2 of the top 3 or 4 in the MAC. Jesse, who you got?
Did you skip Boise State on accident?
No, I did it on purpose.
Okay, I'm sorry. Toledo at Ball State. I'm going to take Toledo because Ball State's – I remember I said Ball State's only going like 2 games this year.
Yeah, you did say that.
Toledo.
Jeff Murphy, who you got?
I got Toledo.
Tip.
I'm going to take Toledo.
Zeke.
I mean, Toledo, what the hell did you do last week? But shit,
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to give you the benefit of the
Second
doubt.
chance.
Yeah, I like Toledo to bounce back, getting into conference play. Their defense is too good to let Ball State throw it all over them. Really interesting game. I like this game. FAU is at Air Force. Jesse,
Air
we
Force.
got Murph.
Air Force at home and they cover.
Tip.
Air Force at home, favored by 5. They're going to cover. Air
Zeke?
Force wins.
I hate being just all 5 agree like a bunch of fruits, but I'm gonna take your inside scoop, Sprouse, and I'm gonna go with Air Force.
Yeah, for those of you wondering, that inside scoop is that when those South Florida guys go to the altitude of Colorado Springs, it is. I promise, going to the altitude is 100 times worse than going south to somewhere hot weather. Altitude is rough. There's nothing you can do about it. Air Force in that one. Back to it, Jess. Boise State at undefeated 3-0 Utah State.
Yeah, earlier I thought that was at Boise State. At Utah State, let it ride, man. I'm going to Utah State. Goes 4-0.
Murph?
I think a lot of pressure's on Boise State right now, and this is a must-win game for them. So I'm taking Boise, the Potato Poppers.
I don't have a lot of character. I ain't got a lot of couth. If I was Boise State, I'd be demoralized, probably lose the rest of my games all season. So that's just me. That's kind of character I am. I would be done.
Tip.
I'm going to go with Boise State. They're favored by 9 on the road. I don't think they cover that. I think it's a close game.
Zeke.
Potato Poppers. I do like what Utah State has done, and I agree. Utah State makes it close. Boise State wins the game. They're due.
Yeah, I'm gonna take Boise in this one. I'm a little nervous about it because Boise's probably 2 or 3 plays away from being 3-0 and a top 15 or top 10 team in the country right now. I think Utah State, again, going back to playing Air Force, I think they're going to be beat up on defense. They're getting cut blocked all freaking night on the D-line and linebackers. So I think Boise State wins that. Sorry, Micah. Love you, bud. Game of the week, we will be there. Will Zeke make it through the game without getting tackled by security? Find out this Thursday night. Marshall at Appalachian State. Jesse Grisham.
What turn are we asking? About the win or Zeke makes it through the game?
There's a separate
I'd
line.
say both. Yeah, I got over-unders at 2.5 quarters.
I'll tell you right
Zeke,
now,
so.
Marshall App State Thursday, I'm waking up. I'm probably popping up my first Pilsner at 11 a.m. I'm going to have about 22 of them bad boys on Thursday, and I can't wait to watch some good quality football. I'm taking App State. They're good quality program. I'm excited for my first home experience at App State. I think the crowd's it's already sold out ball game. It's going to be electric. I like App State, and I think they cover the 7.5.
Murph?
Yeah, I'm all on the App State train. Marshall cost me some big money on Saturday, so I'm a little ticked off those guys. But no, I'm fired up to go to Boone and check out the stadium, the facilities, and meet some of you laid back country folk.
Tip, who you got?
I'm going to go with App State at home. They cover the 7.5.
Dadgummit. I figured Tipton was going to go.
Yeah, Tip likes Marshall. I
You were
thought
all
you were going to go Grantwell.
Preseason, I picked Marshall to win this game, but I like Appalachian State's defense, and I think I think their 2 running backs are going to run all over Marshall.
Yeah. Zeke.
Hey, Marshall. App State is going to take your head and rub it in the dirt, and I'm going to be there to teabag you on top of it. I'm going to be painted gold and black, and I hope they beat you by 30.
If that's the case, I'm taking the under 2.5 quarters.
minus 7 is not even close. Chase Bryce, Cameron Peoples, you cannot stop a damn nosebleed if you can't stop Charlotte. You're getting whooped. I'm going to be there, probably painted gold and black, and
I'm bringing the paint.
gassed up with my checkbook on App State to cover 7. If you're looking for a lock of the week, App State at the house, minus 7, please. Easy.
I'm with you. I can't top that. App State. It's going to be a good ball game, though. I don't think we got any 30-point wins happening, but I can't wait for it. So, Zeke, that's your lock of the week. You got your parlay ready to go for the people? I mean, we're trying to make big bucks here. What's this parlay of the week? Let's hear it.
Parlay of the week. Hang on now, boys. Let me pull it up. Got to make sure I look at the camera. Wyoming minus 29.5. Buffalo, I bought it down to 11.5, but I'm not scared of the 13.5. That is a lock. Buffalo is going to beat the hell out of them. Louisiana Tech, they're finishing. I got a minus 10. Bought it down a little bit. Indiana, minus 7. Western Kentucky, I know y'all like the Hilltoppers, but my goodness. Army, 8.5. They're looking good. Air Force, 5.5. Sprouse's altitude. That's a 6-game parlay. $50. Paying $13.31. Get on it.
Ooh. Might have to jump on the horse on that one a little bit there.
Mm-hmm.
I got to buy this new air conditioner I just purchased. Yeah,
Bet it all, let it ride.
Yeah, I love it. Well, guys, we'll be in Boone. Jesse and I will get there probably early Wednesday Eve. So, I mean, we're looking forward to checking out the town, checking out the campus, seeing the whole deal. And then don't forget, we'll be in Charlotte on Friday night for that game to check out Charlotte versus MTSU. If you see 5 idiots standing on the field, possibly one of them in the student section painted black and gold with a cowboy hat on, that, ladies and gentlemen, is a group of 5 guys. And you can follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Group of 5 Guys. Don't forget to join the Facebook group. Watch us on YouTube. Listen to us Spotify, Apple Podcast. Before we end the night, let's go to last call. Jeff Murphy, I want to hear your take on Fresno State one more time. Jake Haener, if you got it.
Book it now. Haener for Heisman. They're going to have a New Year's Bowl berth when it comes to it. This team is good, man. I don't care what anybody says. All these Twitter trolls trying to come at me. Come see me, man. Jake Haener for Heisman. Fresno State Bulldogs. Ronnie Rivers. That offense is explosive.
We got to get them. We got to get them in the Barstool Sports Bowl game. I think that's
that
one
would be pretty tight
in Phoenix.
Hey,
I think.
And check this out: Thanksgiving Day, Fresno State's at San Jose State. That conference could come down to that day.
Man, Mountain West is stacked. All right, guys, we had a good time. We will see you hopefully in Boone and in Charlotte. Group of 5 guys. We are out of here.
Gold and black, baby.